Hello and welcome to the Anfield boot room. I sit here in a shirt that says Football Manager, is there more to life? This shirt is, oh Lord, 8 years old, nine years old, and I have to say, it's a snug fit. It's a fit that I would only wear at home. Um, but I thought it was appropriate to then record a Football Manager video. So let's do that. Um, it's the start of the 2028 season. Welcome. Um, some things have happened, lots of transfers, as per usual. We'll take into account all of those. You might see up in the top left that I've also become Spain boss. Um, I was bitterly disappointed not to get the England manager's job since Andre Villas-Boas finally resigned after a poor showing, I think, at Euro 2028, possibly something like that. And the jobs on offer were England, Italy, and Spain, and I just want the England job. I've never had the England job. I want the England job, so I said I want the England job, and they said, "Well, it was so pleased a legend like you wants the England job." And then I applied for the England job, and then let's see if we can do a little shortcut to what actually happened. They fucking gave it to Pep. What a twat. So he has been managing Arsenal recently. He's obviously a brilliant manager, but is he as brilliant as me? I'm not quite sure. But there we are. Annoying. So at the start of another season, I've got a few things that I should want to look at, and I've commented this to you guys, the only people who may be even watching this video. Basically, I'm really fed up with Ibar, Celta, and where's the other one? Oh, they've dropped off already. Oh, absolute shocker. I can't remember. Oh, Real Sociedad. Where's Sociedad? Oh, am I going mad or blind? I can't see them. Anyway, so these clubs, there they are. Oh, okay, fine. Weird stuff then. So basically, these clubs get taken over, Ibar and Celta, by multi-millionaires, and they're not particularly good clubs at the minute. Obviously, they're going to get money spent on them, and somehow they get a five-star international reputation, and Sociedad had it as well. At the start of the year, and for some reason they don't anymore. But I'm stuck, winning back to back to back to back Champions Leagues, and I've got 4.5 stars, beating the likes of Bayern and rubbish Real Madrid, and I've got 4.5 stars, and bloody Ibar and Celta, who come like third and seventh in La Liga. It's absolute disgrace. Also, a funny side note is that worth nearly twice as much as the next biggest, richest club. Oh dear, that makes me chuckle. Although Arsenal, surprisingly poor results considering that they did manage to come second last year. Now they've got Andre Villas-Boas. But yeah, interesting stuff. But yeah, so I'm a bit miffed. Generally, well, I haven't really looked at my Spain squad. I don't intend to up until we have a friendly, and that's in a few months. And yeah, I really want to win the World Cup and beat England in the final because they're dead to me unless they sack Pep and offer me the job in a couple of years' time, in which case you're not dead to me. But I'm Spanish through and through, so there we are. Excuse me while I clear my throat. I should not have been eating sweets before this episode started recording, but I did, and it it's made my throat all sweety, which is lovely. Right, what else do I want to start off with? Oh yeah, so a question was raised. I think it's here about. I recently read an article about the managers that have spent the most money in the history of management, because obviously those numbers are only really relevant recently because the likes of Sir Alex Ferguson, his paltry 30 millions that he would spend every now and then pale into insignificance these days. So with my however many years that is. Well, what is it? So 14 years as manager of Liverpool. How much have I spent? So I've bought 616 players, um, a value of nearly 1.5 billion, and sold nearly 400 of those to a value of over 5.5 billion. So the most in real life is Jose Mourinho, and he's bought players worth about just under a billion, so 950 odd million pounds. And then obviously there's Pep just behind him, and yeah, I sort of forget how Allegri was up there because obviously Juve sign big money players every now and then. But yeah, highest fee spent was Pogba, and highest fee received was Badger. And those happened shortly after one another, so you can sort of see how that went about. I have received 60 million on a number of occasions. I've paid 737 million in agents' fees, which, I mean, that is stunning, isn't it? Oh, that'll also be, I was going to say, that's like 10 million a player or something insane. But no, what it is contract refreshes. When I refresh my big world-class players' contracts, their agent wants 5 million every couple of years. So that's probably what that is. Excuse me again. But yeah, my career earnings of 53 million quid, not bad at all. Spain are paying me something like 40 grand a week as well, which is great. I was France manager, but I got bored pretty quickly, so that wasn't really a good time. So yeah, is it worth it? Is it worth all of this stuff for these stats? Games played nearly 900, games won 730, games lost 67. Got an 81% win percentage, a 2050 club goal difference, which is quite funny. I played some games as France boss, and that didn't really do me that bad. I lost 2 more games, so that's not brilliant actually. Good God! All right, I'm going to take a drink early doors because I can't clear my throat. Oh dear me, sorry about that, folks. Right, so now we'll go on to the transfers. Obviously, there's still 45 transfers to come in, and they come in over the next few years. So, 2029, there'll be some 2030s in there. There's some guys coming soon. All sorts going on, but that's fine. That's in the future. What we're looking at now is nearly £70 million spent and nearly £500 million received this summer. So that's on 36 players. So that's, nearly 2 million a player. Whew. And then the number of transfers I've negotiated out, 163. Obviously, a lot of those will be loans. So we'll have a quick look over the ins. I suppose actually another thing I'm just going to check now before it becomes embarrassing is if there are any funny names knocking about, because I don't really remember if there are. I think we might have done all of them at the end of last season. Yeah, we did all of them at the end of last season. What am I on about? Oh dear, what an error. Okay, so there we go. No, that's not that page. This one. So looking at the ins, I'm scanning it for names that I recognise, because otherwise these are all just guys I signed like a million years ago. Oh yeah, Ruben Galiusi is a more recent signing. Apparently he's going to be really good. So I sort of didn't scout him first time, but got him on the rebound, on the comeback. 2 very good young players from Arsenal. Craig Miller, who's apparently going to be great, and George Diaz, who's apparently going to be even better. I'm training him to be a striker because he has all the attributes of a striker. There's a couple of big bucks in there. David Janssen for 5 million. This was apparently he's going to be pretty good, and I like the look of him. He needs to develop physically, obviously. But yeah, he's going to be awesome. Basically, this was because at a certain stage, my club was rumoured to be taken over again, and it has happened again this summer, but luckily it didn't interfere with anything. Excuse me, that can't be very pleasant to listen to. I need a mute button like Ben for when he does his sneezes and coughs, and I don't know where it is. Um, but yeah, basically, I had a transfer embargo on me when these guys came through, and again, solid potential, and so I needed to pay more money for them. Basically, that was about the in and the out of it. I like picking up people for like 4.3k. That's quite funny. He might go on to be pretty good. Oh yeah, Vladika Mitic. Sort of clubs are circling around him, and he's been on my radar obviously for a long time, and been on my radar as not quite being good enough. And then obviously he's really good, and he's got 20 on finishing, and he's 17 years of age, and he's already quite quick. And so all of these things going through my mind, and the last player that I didn't sign because I didn't think he was quite good enough. Oh God, there's a lot of Palacioses. I think it's Mateus. Yes. I didn't sign him because the scout said he wasn't quite going to be good enough. Now he's 21 and worth 40 million quid, and he's pretty great, and that's quite annoying. So Paris Saint-Germain picked him up for 3.2 million quid, and he most recently scored 40 goals in a season. And my scouts reckon he was just that half star off. So this guy being just that half star off has been countered by the fact that he's got 20 on finishing and is an all-round bloody decent player and bloke, and he's 17 years of age. Similarly, Olaf Cristiano, I feel like I've maybe made a mistake there, because a lot of the time it's not a Palacios, it's someone that my scouts have assessed to not be good enough, and then someone buys them and they're not good enough, and I laugh my way to the bank. But yeah, he did pretty well in the Eredivisie last season. I bought him for 3.2 million because some other clubs were interested, and I didn't want to miss out. And that sort of managerial FOMO has cost me some money. It's probably cost me some more organisation, and I'll probably sell him for a profit, no problem. But I need to be more decisive in those scenarios and be stronger to resist the urge to collect all of the good players in the world, because that's not how this game or real life works. Valentin Lopez came in for quite a few millions. I think when he first came through, he'd done that thing where they create. Technically, he comes through at Toluca and then is populated into Leverkusen's youth academy. So that's fine. I've picked him up for 7.5 million. Hopefully, he'll be really good. So all of those transfers should pale into insignificance when looking at the outgoings. So I've moved Divock Origi on for 7.5 million. He's obviously mentally still good. He's getting slower and slower. His composure is excellent. He's a club legend, and they were really unhappy that I let him go, actually. But he played not very much last season at all. He played 3 games, scored 2 goals, got 3 assists. To be fair, he was great. But he's no longer one of the best strikers in the world. He's no longer one of the best strikers in my squad. And he was on something like 160k a week from the time when he was a world-class striker. And that just wasn't working for me financially anymore. So I sold him. Grasshoff's gone out for 5 million. Pogba went out for 30 million because, despite the fact he's a million years old, he's 35 now. He's still actually one of the best midfielders in the world. He's not. I was sort of having him as more of a backup, which is fine. But yeah, he started 11 league games. He started 13 games overall. But again, you can't have a backup on 180 grand a week. So that's why he's been moved on. PSG gobbled him up, as they did Marvin Perrin, 25 mil. He's good. He's solid, but he's not spectacular. Like, he's sort of like a decent centre back without the mentality, or a decent midfielder without great passing. But yeah, he's 21. He's not got a France cap yet, but I imagine he'll be decent. 25 million, out the door you go. I won't cover. There's a lot of these lower transfers as I just sort of try and clear the decks and not hold on to people that I know aren't going to make it just because they'll make more money later. So, in a season I could have sold him for 10 million, but that's not worth it to me. He could have been sold in 2 years for 10 million, but yeah, that extra 6 million for a football club whose transfer budget is something in the range of 1.2 billion, 1.3 billion. There you go. And yet I can't raise the wage budget, which is infinitesimally annoying. Saul Martin went for 13 million. He's not a wonder kid or anything, but I have sold a lot of wonder kids just because they weren't the best wonder kids. But yeah, him, Nouveau Riche, Leyton Orient, great, get him out the door. Belek went to Arsenal for 20 million. He's 22 now. He's really good in the air, but he's okay at everything else. 20 million. That was the best price I was getting by a million miles, so it wasn't messing with that. Torsten Dickluber. I'm so sad to be seeing him go, but he didn't progress into the hero I thought he was going to be, unfortunately. I thought he was going to be really, really good. And he was really, really good at Celtic. And to be fair, he always plays really well. That's a fair point. He always plays really well. That's why he's gone for 24 million. But yeah, he's not quite on the level with other. Look, where's his acceleration gone? Isn't that weird? He's not quite on the level with the other guys I've got. So 24 million, good price. 30 million for Mike Gray. He's fine. But he's got England caps. I don't see it personally. He can pick a pass, fine. He's mentally not that stupid. Physically, he's okay. That's it. And he was a wonder kid when I sold him. And I just, yeah, he got one of the players of the year in the championship. I guess he must play better. But yeah, 30 million, thank you very much. Weber got sold. 12 million, that's fine. Ronaldo went to Tottenham, 14 million, he's fine, reasonably solid. Reminds me of Colalungo, who I sold for them, very similar shape, and he's probably just retiring, to be fair. There we go, Colalungo, 34, yeah, pretty similar. So yeah, maybe Ronaldo will go on and follow in his footsteps. And then it was loans, loads of loans, lots of loans, Loansville. Valenka is another wonder kid who's gone. Is he still a wonder kid now? He's at Leeds. Nope. Gutted Leeds. But yeah, he had a great season last season. In the Premier League. He played in the Premier League, which is for Sheffield United, and did reasonably well, which I thought was absolutely wonderful. But he's gone for nearly 10 million quid. There's the odd one. None of these guys are particularly interesting. And then we're going to jump into when the other transfer windows open in July. And it's all going to get exciting again. So you've got Julian Mora, who's gone off to Eibar, one of the best clubs in the world. Not. He's probably a wonder kid still. Yeah. So yeah, sold him. He's good. He's plenty good. No one's saying he's not, but he's not quite good enough to play in my squad. Although I think he did really well last season, did he? Oh no, not really. Well, £17 million for a player who was fine in the Championship, so that's pretty good business if you ask me. 30 million for Jean-Baptiste Dulombe. He's another one who hasn't obviously quite made it. I really like the fact that he's super fast, super hard-working, good at teamwork, great at dribbling, and really determined. I sort of liked him a lot, and he did, considering he was in the Premier League, he scored for Reading. He scored 15 goals in 22 games, which is mad. And he did similar. Well, he did even better at Sunderland last season. Christ. So you could argue that I'm a mark to let him go, but if you compare him to what we've got at the club, he's not cutting the mustard. First touch of 9. It's not happening, mate. So 30 million off to Bayern. They've got a crap squad at the minute. They really have. They've not regenerated. They just haven't. They've got the best players they've got have been bought off me. So Wanmar, Dulon, Brandstetter, Danilo, Dutchdale, all bought off me. Sonogo as well. And then they've had a few through their youth academy, Ioannidis and Zukovsky, not Zukovic. I don't know who this guy is. He's all right. He looks familiar, actually. Maybe I just scouted him once upon a time. But yeah, and yeah, so they've got a few academy there, so they're not very good team. in my opinion. And I think we beat them with ease recently, as we did Real Madrid. So it's 30 million for Dulom, 40 million for Esparza. He's 29 now. He's a clinical finisher. His international record's brilliant. He's pretty brilliant. I think if he was quicker, I don't think I would have got near selling him. But he played 4 starts, 3 goals, 2 assists. Still good, but does that scream required player? It's not like, his seasons where he scored 24 in 18 starts, 21 in 24, 30 in 22, and then he's just become not used. So what's the point in paying him 125 grand a week? I don't know what. Obviously, he's the player I've signed twice as well, just in case you're looking at that and wondering. I bought him, flogged him off because he wasn't any good. He improved massively, so I bought him back, and I've made money in the long run anyway. But yeah, I liked him enough. He's one of the best. I think he's the best finisher in the whole world. So 40 million is a bargain almost for AC Milan. Alex Schultz, he actually started off Brazilian, but he's German now. He's a great player. I really like him. If you look at his overall stats, he's really well-rounded and really good. But again, couldn't find a place for him in the team. He's 23 now, not going to break through, not been lifting any trees. I don't know if these guys are just playing him in the wrong positions. But yeah, 30 million for him. 60 million for Andre Luiz. Now, he is a world-class player, no doubt about it. 7 Brazil caps only, which is very strange, I think. He can play everywhere. He's quick, he's great technically, he can pass as well. He's not so bright, decisions 12. He's not the brightest, he doesn't always do the best. And when I actually played him, 22 starts, 16 assists. So clearly really good, but last season, 7 starts. So again, not worth keeping about the place. If he's worth 60 million as well, great. So there'll be a few more. I don't think there will be any big bucks now. It's all just getting rid of people and trying to help out Charlton as much as I can, even though he's not very good at all. But they came in with a bid, and I was like, yeah, all right, fine. I think I've sent a few people to Swindon, and I tried to send as many people as I could to Leicester. Let's have a little look. If we do so, Swindon. Jaziri, Capelli. Why can't I read today? I don't think he's actually mine. No. So I sent a few there. They've got Ainsley Maitland-Niles. That's funny. He's 30 years old. That is funny. And then, so they're in League One. You've got Leicester, who are still languishing, managed by Aaron Creswell. Oh dear. Bradley Dack is their captain. He came through. He was actually a youth player at Charlton, but we released him, and then he went on to actually become quite good, which was annoying. So who have we sent to Leicester? Benjamin? Is that? Yeah, he's from us. And Diagne as well. He'll hopefully be good for them, and they'll get promoted. But I tried to do that last season, and they didn't bloody get promoted. They nearly got relegated. So yeah, good on me, eh? So that's the transfers done. All nearly 550 million's worth of them going in and out. I guess we should look at the squad. You want to see where that leaves us, I guess. So we'll do it by value, and then that'll be easiest. So we've got Wesley and Deckers still knocking about. Actually, I suppose we could. No, we won't do that. And Kristic is Ladislav Kristic. Chris Kringle Fish Stick. If anyone's getting that reference from Get Smart, which was a great film with Steve Carell. So defence, you've got the usual suspects: Nero, Alagaya, Sanchez, Pete, Vachka, Donetz. Youngsters: Alagaya, Hartvig, Old Man Eder. I cannot get rid of him. He's on 100 grand a week. He's retiring next year, so I'm hoping that he retires and I get a son. That's what I'm hoping. I would like one. So there we go. Defensive midfielders, Hoyos, Gill, Adolfo, Bertie Sade is really great at the minute. He's coming through. I'm training him on pace, so he really maxes out there. That would be quite nice. But every young defensive midfielder I compare him to, he's just better than. He's just really solid mentally, brilliant defensively, fine in the air, fine physically, technically even he's all right, and he can pass the ball. Like, Mike Gray, who I got 30 million for, he's better than Mike Gray, and he's 2 years younger. And so he's sort of, really there or thereabouts. And I've got Balladini, who is not as impressive, but is very, very quick. So I'm hoping he'll follow in One-Ton Gill's footsteps. And obviously he's consistent. He's world class. He's this, he's that. There we go. He's a right back. I thought he was left-footed. Oh, apparently I'm wrong. That's fine. So attacking midfielders: Milton, Heskey, Vladimiros, Ali Samir. Bosie's sort of there. Zeluiz is sort of there. Giancarlo Miranda has come back. I don't know if you remember him from a few years ago. I played him in the first team from when he was very young, and he did pretty well. And then I thought, you know what? 9 starts, 13 sub appearances. You need to go out and have a season where you play 47 games. And he did. He did really well. And then he played 27 games there and did even better. And now he's back. He's 20 years of age. He's a homegrown product already. And he's pretty great. And he's 6'3", which I find very odd. But that's why I can sell Andre Luiz, for instance, because I've got the likes of him just sort of popping back into the team. Youngsters, Golashevsky, he's great. I like him. He's coming along. He's 17 now. Physically, he's as good as he needs to be, and he just needs to get his passing and that sort of thing better. And Aristide Mvia, similar story really. He's great at dribbling and crossing. He needs to up his passing. And then we'll all be happy. We've got Fidel Castro. His name isn't Fidel Castro, but it makes me laugh. His name is something Castro. Francisco Javier Castro. Wonder Kid signed for 775k. He's obviously we've had that transfer arranged for quite some time because he's Mexican. He only comes at the age of 18. I'm training him to be a defensive midfielder so he can star alongside Sade. But yeah, he's pretty good. Memphis, again, I couldn't sell him. He's got 3 years left on his contract. I couldn't sell him because of his love for the club. That was what they said. They said no one's bidding for Memphis because he doesn't want to leave. So I even put him on the transfer list, offered him out and everything. He's on 160k a week, and even though he's still really good, he's like got crap dribbling and stuff, and he's not very quick anymore. Even though he's mentally a beast. So it's fine. We've got another club legend knocking about, so it's fine. And luckily I've sold everyone else, so yeah, my wage budget is still reasonable. If I get rid of Memphis and Adair, that's another £250,000 a week, which is mental. So up front we've got Tall Nick, who's getting fit again. Arrillaga, who's obviously great. They're both now 29, which is so weird to think that they are now some of my oldest players. It's very strange. Sonzoni, I've changed his name because I kept garbling it, so he's now called Sonzoni. He's great. There's also some new kids on the block. Daniel Kuhn, he's lightning quick. He can also play right wing because he's very good at crossing and good at passing. So I'm sort of seeing how this one's going. He's got 3 years on his contract. They've said he's world class. He's done really well on loan. So, I think is he national or yeah, he's nationally qualified rather than for the club because he's been out absolutely smashing it. So 21 in 32 down here. Then you had 27 in 53 and 35 in 45. That's a pretty good season. So I'm going to come and see what damage he can do. Similarly, Unsworth, I haven't managed to loan him out again, but he's obviously really good, really quick, and a good all-round attacker. If he could just get rid of this fairly inconsistent... The fans love him for some reason. I don't really. What I wish is, he obviously scores a load for England as well. I wish I could loan him out, and then he'd get that to drop off his profile, score a load of goals, come back even technically sharper, and he could be the next Divock Origi. But, he's got sort of just scraping by here. I've got Ibrahim Ipek, or Ipech, not really sure. He's great, okay. So he's had his inconsistency whipped off. He's a world-class player. He's come in from playing at Lazio with Kuhn. He got 22 and 41, and the season before that got 29 in 38 at Newcastle in the Premier League. So that's pretty good. So physically, he's very solid, if not lightning pace, but he's got good strength and good height. Technically, very good. No good at heading, but long shots, passing, vision, off the ball, dribbling. He's sort of got a lot, and I want to see how that then applies. So, it's a real tester season for both Ipek and Kuhn to see if basically I'm just going to sell them for a lot of money at the end of the year, or they sort of come in as replacements for Arrillaga and that sort of thing. So if you sort of compare, for instance, Ipek with Arrillaga, they're not a million miles away. So we'll see. Brinquedo has come back. He had a reasonable season at Basel. I'm hoping to be able to push him on and have him as my main. Again, that needs to drop off. Have him as one of my main young strikers. He's quick. He's good in the air. He's great at dribbling. He's great at finishing. He's got good decisions. He can even pass. I just really wish he would be doing really good. That doesn't make sense. Got Mitic there. We've got Olaf Cristiano, who you've already seen. I'm hoping to loan those out, but it doesn't look likely at this juncture. And that's fine. Right, so that's been a lot of talk and not a lot of action. Let's get some action going. Community Shield versus Man United, and then there'll be a few days in between, and then we'll play Hoffenheim in the European Super Cup. Man United have bought some players. Jamie Gore used to be mine, and Loro used to be mine. But we'll see who's actually in their lineup. Tornik takes his place on the bench because he's not quite fit enough, having played for Argentina in I think the Copa America. And everyone else I think is just fine. So we're going with that lineup. That looks pretty strong, pretty good. Oh no, hang on a minute. Zé Luis at centre attacking midfield. Are we sure? Condition. So who's on the bench? Oh, we've got Ipek. Oh right. So yeah, there's loads of people on international duty. Nice and helpful. Anyway, it's a pre-season game, but fine. That's not annoying at all. Hang on a minute. Shall we? No, I tell you what. I've not sold Zé Luis. I've sold Andre Luis, and that's because I'm backing. I have to back Zé Luis now. He's sort of been on the borders of the team for a while. He is homegrown product. He's incredibly consistent, and he has a good all-round ability. But yeah, he's not being back. So they're playing a 4-5-1. So I'm just going to run through the formulae of this parish lineup. So we've got Suquan, formerly of this parish. Loro, formerly of this parish. Gore, formerly of this parish. Asensio, yes. Ibanez, yes. Ayala, yes. Any more for any more? No, good, because all their subs are crap. So enough in one of my nearest rivals starting lineups that have found their way over to United, often through other teams because I don't usually sell direct to United. Okay, Jamie Gore. Yeah, there we go. The little, the big margin there. 700k, 30.5 million. Great. So there we go. Mick Routledge needs to be closed down and hammered because he's pretty good. Mario Loro, I can't remember how good you are. Not that good at going forward, so I'm just going to leave you alone. Right, Prada needs a hammering. As does Paul Vaughan, who's a decent youth product. I don't know who Nathan Foster is. It's because he's not very good, but we'll close him down anyway because he's got quite good creativity. Yassin Morale is rubbish, and I don't know who Richard Thorpe is, also because he's rubbish. Great. For the fans, because we're playing Man United. So, oh, that seemed to work reasonably well. Cool. So let's keep going with this. Cool. Right. Okay. Nice one. So I was going to say it's such a good start if he didn't manage to not lose the ball, but he did lose the ball. So, bah. Right. I suppose. Oh, good tag from Zeloise. Sonzoni. What's he going to do with it? Don't just shoot. Just pass it. Simple. Yeah. That's our whole. Oh, Zeloise almost capitalising there on the first shot of the match after a minute or so. Oh, we're keeping the pressure high. I like it. Man United have bought a few players who I sort of, oh, it's a goal before the 2 minute mark. Yes, please. Sonzoni, newly christened because his name was a bit too garbled to say, and he's absolutely smashed it in. Zeloise flicks it, Aralaga plays it. Sonzoni, good touch, good control, smashes it through De Gea, smashed it through him. So brilliant, brilliant stuff. Oh, Wonton Gill don't shoot. Yeah, there we go. Okay, happy days. So what I was saying was Man United have bought some wonder kids that I didn't consider good enough wonder kids to be my wonder kids. And good luck to them. I like that. I like investment in youth, so they should go for it. Obviously, it's not doing them many favours so far in this match, but who's to say? They are one of my closest domestic competitors, I think, alongside probably Arsenal. Oh, it's another goal. It's Aralaga. Oh, club legend. The fans chant his name. Man United fans look on grimly. So strong Pete had a shot. Zeloise again, instrumental in the build-up. Zeloise gets the assist. Good stuff. I'm backing him. See, I'm backing him, and it's working. Gone on the break. This will be a great break. Oh, what a ball! Good recovery tackle. That was a great ball from Hoyos. But the attack's still on. Wonton Gill even. Oh God, Wonton Gill's got in on the action. You know it's a bad day when Wonton Gill picks out top bins. It's another assist for Zeloise, I think. Yeah, he just chips it to the edge of the area. Oh, that is absolutely what an arrow. Dear me, we've had 7 shots, 6 on target, 3 have gone in. Has De Gea lost it? Is he rubbish now? He's got to be quite old. Maybe he's rubbish. Maybe it's all his fault. I suspect not. Oh, good tackle. Oh, but okay, that's fine. Just yeah, lovely stuff. Not quite from Zeloise, but he's already got 2 assists in 28 minutes, so can't really criticise the guy. Good stuff from Hoyos. Oh, great ball. Aralaga. Oh, he hasn't got it. He hasn't got it. But we're already 3-0 up, so actually the sort of a level of jeopardy has passed. I suppose I could have. Oh, I'll tell you what. I'm so fixated on winning everything again now because I missed the FA Cup. I think it was last season, and maybe a season or 2 before that as well. I would have put some young players on the bench. Oh, Sonzoni. But yeah, sometimes I get stuck, and then I need to take off good players who are playing badly, and I only have young players to bring on, and then obviously, that's not the impactful substitution that you might like. But we're absolutely dominating here. 3-0 up despite having one clear-cut chance. They're trying to play it out from the back, but have to go long, and we're just working it. We're just working it. I mean, it's a bit congested, but Aralaga's found some space, but that's because he went and just stood offside, so it doesn't really count as finding space. They yet to register a shot on target. Oh, they registered a shot, but it wasn't on target. I did think that that's probably not a wise thing to say just before they were lining up to shoot. But you know what, Wesley ain't too bad, so why not? What's his kicking good? It kicked to the feet of my defensive midfielder, which is somewhat sensational. Oh, Milton. Oh, we've had quite a lot of pressure, quite a high press. Oh dear, Asensio. he never quite he nearly got there for me. I knew that he was going to be a good player, but I couldn't quite find the space for him because I had the likes of Vladimiros already being an absolute beast. Although Vladimiros sometimes upsets me, not going to lie. You've heard the complaints. He always gets bloody injured, despite the fact he's not injury prone. Right, have we got any light relief on the bench? We could bring on the reserve keeper. I don't know if we should bring on Tall Nick. He's tired. Maybe. Oh, Andy Unsworth we should bring on. Yeah, sure. But then, I suppose if we bring off Aralaga, bring on Andy Unsworth. That's a reasonable sub. I don't know which one of them is Sonzoni. Who's the better creator out of those two? Oh, it is Unsworth, and he's left-footed. So let's keep that going. Fine. Memphis could get on. Let's bring Memphis on later. You know, my sort of old show pony. But yeah, everyone's doing pretty well. So we'll start to see who needs rests and that sort of thing in a bit, and we'll make subs as appropriate, because obviously we also want to beat the living daylights out of Hoffenheim. Oh, it's another. Zelouis has got his goal. He's deserved that for the input. The effort he's put in today, says the commentator. You'd think effort would be a bare minimum, but fine. Sanchez, it did tee it back to him. He hits it into the crowd rather than hitting it round the crowd or to the side of the crowd, but it goes through and it goes in. So that's sort of what's important, really. We're creating absolute havoc. Man United do not have a system to deal with us. That could have been in. Could have easily been in, mate. Milton is former Man United player Milton is wrecking it down the left. Zelouis is taking shots at will. Alagaya might need to. Oh, I should have told him not to get sent off. I forgot that he had a yellow. And I always say before these games it's about having passion, and then like someone always gets sent off. But I don't care because I think that's the right answer. It is about having passion. Let's make an old 60-minute substitution. Hang on, I just want to check how long. Does it say how long they're on international duty for? Yeah, where's Vladimiros? When's his return? The 19th. Well, that's not soon, is it? Bloody hell, the 19th. Hang on, the 19th? What tournament is he playing in? Are you mad? What? Seriously? When does he come back? So I'm going to be without like my two start, like the Vladimiros will be starting or Samir would be his backup. We're going to be without those two for the first like 4 or 5 games of the season. Absolute disgrace. What's the point of that? Oh, and what about Bosie? He's good as well. Yeah, awful. All of them. They can't all be playing in the same time. What games are they playing? Right, report form. Germany. Actually, I suppose I could have just clicked on. So what tournament is this? The Nations League. But they're not playing up until the bloody. I don't get it, mate. I don't get it. They were playing in the European Championship, won by Portugal. And Portugal's star performer was, let's have a look. Small Thiago. Should I have sold him? He's one of the world's best players. Not sure. Anyway, so I do need to rest Zelouis. I didn't think I would, but I do. Memphis can come in. He can go over there, and then go over there, and that's fine. I might rest either Hoyos or Alagaya later. We'll see. Probably Hoyos, to be fair, because you don't need loads of stamina to play from centre back. Good ball, Memphis. What's he got? Hoyos. Strong Pete with a follow up. The goal was gaping, mate. Absolutely gaping. Have they switched to 2 up front yet? Because if I were them, I might think about it. Nope, they've gone for a different formation, but still losing a lot. So there you go. Memphis, if you get sent off, what a twat. You've been on the pitch for 5 minutes. Holy hell. Right, okay. So what we're going to do, you would think that I would do this, and I'm 4-0 up and it's fine. What I am going to do is this, because Hoyos can play forward, play further forward naturally. I'm just going to change his thing to defend. Oh, I've just realised I said I was taking Hoyos off. Oh, I thought I was being so smart, you know. I will take Hoyos off. I will put on Ipek. Oh, we had Vachka as well. He could have played. Anyway, doesn't matter now. We're doing this. So we've done a tactical substitution, a formation change because someone got sent off. And we've gone up another goal. So there you go. So who whips it in? I didn't really see that one that well. Ipek whips it in. There's a flick on, there's a rebound, and Sonzoni is just quick. He's alive to it. He's a sniffer, he's a poacher, he's a goal scorer. Can they finally register a shot on target? No. Wow. Christ. Unsworth, can he do the business? Ipek nearly scores. Oh, this looks like it could be a counter. The ball is there. That is the ball. Can we defend it? Oh, it's sort of slowed down a bit. It's not really a counter anymore. Alagaya still hasn't been sent off yet. Because he's playing a stunner, to be fair. That's why he's not been sent off. They're bringing on some of their youthy players just because, you know, it is a sort of, oh, that would have been sensational for the young lad. But no, we crunch remorselessly onwards. Ipek, can he play it? Oh, Sonzoni nearly scores. I think that would have been his hat trick, right? It was sort of. Oh dear. I was going to say this is very bunched up play, and then we found Milton free on his own at the edge of the 6-yard box. So however that happened, they just all went. Did they all just go running over to this guy? Yeah. And he's just stood there. Good God. Scores. Good lad. We love a bit of Milton. He doesn't get enough goals because I stick him out on the left wing. He could be, you know, he could have been one of the greatest goal scorers of all time, but he was really good at crossing. So that's similar to Emiliano Heskey. I was reflecting on this the other day. Emiliano Heskey and Milton could have been the best front two, but I had Tornik and Arrillaga, and obviously previously Origi, and they're just so good, and they can't play on the wing and they can't cross, and so that's sort of how that thing has happened. Right, they're putting together a reasonable string of play. Alagaya, masterclass in defending here, and it's 6-0. That is humiliating. That's exactly what we want. Oh dear me. Right, lovely stuff. I was passionate in saying celebrate. I'm calm in saying that you were crucial. So 2 assists and a goal from Zeluiz, backing that lad all the way. Sonzoni scored 2. Arrillaga got 1 and 1, and sub Andy Unsworth got 1. Memphis got sent off because he's a silly twat. He was on the pitch for 16 minutes. I don't know what he did. I think it was a bad tackle. Give him like a discipline. Yeah, I'm just going to berate him because he's annoying. That's a silly thing to do. We bloody were 4-0 up or something as well at that point. We were 5-0 up. Oh God. Anyway, they didn't register a shot on target, and that's fine. But fine by me. What a great win! What a great win! Absolutely genius. Yeah, we were 5-0 up. No, we weren't. We were 4-0. Liverpool triumph in Northwest Derby. Yeah, Memphis. Holland captain Memphis got sent off for a bad tackle. Ugh. Ipek has finally made his debut. He's been at Liverpool for, let's see how many years. He's 23 years of age. He's been at Liverpool for 7 years. And he's finally making his debut, despite the fact that the majority of his 204 appearances with 80 goals have been whilst under contract to Liverpool. That's funny. Right, Memphis' horror tackle. Tackles like that have no place in the modern game. I thought it was a disgrace. I don't mind lambasting him because he's old and should get out. As a Liverpool lad, he's not a Liverpool lad at all. He came from Watford. Yeah, there you go. Was he actually born in Liverpool? No, he was born in Wednesfield. Wednesfield, lovely. But there we go. Explosive striker. He loves Liverpool. He is Liverpool homegrown. So I went to some effort to make him Liverpool homegrown, thinking that it was one day going to be worth it. Anyway, I'm sure that everyone else in the squad understands it too. Well, sort of. One-ton Gill, what a great start to the season. Anfield is fine. Allegri's great. One-ton Gill's great. Sonzoni is great. Everything's great. Clinical. He's a clinical striker now. That's what encouraged me as well, that I could lose Esparza. He's 4 years his senior, gets paid twice as much. The fact that this guy had an absolutely stunning season last season, 17 starts, 28 goals. And he started again on similar bloody form, lads. But yeah, so we'll just obviously we'll go through the screens, go through the motions to get to the European Super Cup final as well. And then I think that'll be about it. That's been a long old time of talking and loving Football Manager, which I do. Is there more to life? Who can tell? Who can say? Me, and I say no. Sort of hard to riff on your own. Oh dear. Well, I've got a lot of. Santos doesn't want to go to Leicester. Well, you're not very good, mate. So, don't know where else you can go. Nobody likes you. Everybody hates you. You should just go to Birmingham? No. Alright, just forget it. You can just sit there for a bit. Dekani, I don't know. He's very good. He's very inconsistent. But he's maybe very good. Let's see what they would want from him. 16 million. That's not bad. I'll put it in a diary note because I don't want to be negotiating that right now. Landsimies, he's bad. Oscar Pettersson, he's bad. Jana Korkiakunas, Santu Lindström, and Jari Nisila, they're all bad people. No, they're not bad people, they're just bad players. Man United, 6 games lost in a row in the Community Shield. That is hilarious. So every time they've got to the final, they get smashed. The last time they didn't get smashed, they smashed Arsenal. But yeah, I've lost in the final a couple of times, but not lately. Oh dear me. It's the 38th best cup competition in the world, which is weird because it's only one game. Goal shy Man United as well. Ha. Well, if you don't get shots on target, you don't ever score. Oh, lovely. It was a 5-0 win 2 years ago. Hilarious. Oh, what? I can't see my own fixture. Boo. No offers for Mitic. Oh, go on loan somewhere. We need to play. Anyway, we might have to, because we just signed him, we might have to wait till the end of August. I find sometimes they wait for sort of players to bed in. Who's that? Hadfield? What's he doing? He's not good. Why have I got him? I'm just going to release him. He's terrible. I don't know how he snuck in. Jesus. Very bad. But yeah, sometimes when you sign a player and try to loan them out straight away, it doesn't work. Aaron Burr, see, he's another one. I could sign him. He looks decent, but the scout doesn't reckon so. Available for 4.4 million. I'm just going to check the old youth intake. Fine, nothing doing. I can't quite remember when it falls in August, so I just sort of check every day because I'm a pretty obsessive guy. I don't know if anyone's noticed this, but yeah, that's sort of how my whole deal works, to be honest. Anibal Diaz, I don't know who he is. I don't know if I should sign him. Maybe I should. Maybe we'll scout him. Maybe we'll see. Aaron Buru, let's scout him again. Idravene, I think I just scouted that guy, and he can just stay on there because I like him. All these guys were on international duty. On the how many? All right, so there. So I just tend to look at who did really well. So Vladimir did well. Kuhn did well. He's been doing well actually. So this is it's the Olympics. Oh, okay. So like, can I expect he played at centre back? Interesting. So I have half the German team and some of the Brazilian team then. And Schmidt scored again. Fidel Castro did okay. How was he in the? Oh yeah, because they're allowed some players over the age of 23. Okay. Choose my Liverpool captains. I actually already sorted this out. They're the best two for the job. I don't know if the game thinks they're a better Memphis, but he doesn't actually have any influencing capability, so why would he be the captain? Right, I'm trying to hold a meeting with my staff, but it takes a little while to do a little load. Manetti, yeah, let's scout both of those guys. Scout Brazil as well. I don't want to loan him out. And, yep, I will change his status. Cool, thanks, staff. I did forget to check the old youth. But don't worry. Oh, Renzo Barbera La Favorita, hit by Euro Super Cup fever. I'm guessing that's in Italy. Yes, nowhere more specific than Italy. Oh, Palermo. Oh, right. So isn't Palermo in Sicily? Is that a fact? I'll find out. Yes, really good. The spectacle, yeah, it's really good. It's a kind of match. Yeah, I want to win. Must be intent on gaining a measure of revenge on Hoffenheim after they triumphed last time you met. What? Not sure about that, mate. Must have been in a second leg of something where I let them beat me, maybe. Oh no, I think it was where I played too many youth players because I'd already qualified for the group. Yes, yeah, let's do it. Right, we'll check on the old youth. Nope, nothing. Good. Bergui takes Ajax hot seat. I'm sure he's a player now, isn't he? Steven Bergui, Berghuis. I don't know his name. Looking for team to bounce back. Penarol, yep, we should sign this guy. Okay, he does look good. So, oh, well, So what happens is they pass a birthday and their potential tends to take a hit. So what I might do is put him on the thing for 3 months, and then once he's gone past his birthday, I'll see if his potential still holds. So, oh, sodding hell, sorry, I'm mucking about now, aren't I? Ravine. So that's what's happened to him. He's passed a birthday, and they now reckon he's not going to be as good as he could once have been, but that might pick up again, so I'm going to keep an eye on him. Manetti is not good, and Bianchessi he's okay actually. He's not very. I think I took him off my list a little while ago. Right, team of the week. Don't know why I'm being shown that. Leighton Orient. Great, yeah, fine. Rafael Del Grande. He used to play for me a long old time ago. Oh my god, he didn't. Oh, he was on my shortlist once upon a time then, because his name is seriously familiar. Who are they picking up there? Miguel Santa Maria. Did I used to? No. These are all, okay. Fine. Whatever. Hang on. What Liverpool could hijack any potential deal? I don't think so. That's just because they said he's got potential, but I don't think he has. Let's look out for any players who do. Nope, there aren't any. Alright, Binder set for Bristol Rovers. Yep, do it, mate. I've signed Juan Roz for nearly 15 million quid. He's bad. He is not a good player. And I sold him for 7 million quid. I bought him for 3 though, so that shows that I don't know everything. He's bad. Ibar, he's bad, and you should feel bad about spending that much money on him. What a silly thing to do. Spend so much money. Although they did sign Ogun Odabasi, and he's excellent. He's really good. I sold him ages ago because he wasn't like. There's no point in having a million good keepers, but he's really good now. Signed Czech Frank as well, who obviously is not actually called Czech Frank. I nicknamed him. And they signed some other people. Well, some people off me, so that's fine. Anyway, that's a tangent. I've just identified that as a tangent, so good on me. Arsenal signed a few people. Don't know who he is. He's rubbish. He's probably really old by now. Yep. So that's good luck making that work. Any other exciting signings? Not really. Just old people. Lots of old people. Fine. Okay. Let's play this game then, shall we? Hoffenheim. And then our opening. Oh, bloody hell. Our opening thing in the season is against bloody City. Bloody City, bloody. Silva has been signed by AC Milan, might go up to 18 million. We've received 200k because we trained him a long old time ago. So trained him, bought him for 1.5, trained him a bit, sold him for 12. That is not my best bit of business. Oh yeah, Estoril a while ago were Nouveau Riche. I don't know how they're doing now. It's not like I've met them in the Champions League at any point. Oh, Hoffenheim have this guy, who's one of the best finishers in the world, despite the fact he's actually pretty bad at everything else. I wonder if they'll play him. I wonder who else is on their team. Not really anyone that I'm that familiar with. I don't know who that guy is. Was that Bauer? Yeah, I was interested in him at one point, I think. Oh, Peter Veniger. Yeah, I was interested in him at one point as well. Never signed him. These names always stick out to me. So weird. Paslak. Oh, they're fullbacks. So I've got Emre Can and Felix Paslak. All once upon a time, a million years ago. Anyway, everything's a tangent with me. Selection info. Let's have a little look at their average rating after one game. So who's available? No, I still need Krustik on the bench. That's looking like it makes sense because everyone who was on international duty is still on international duty at the bloody Olympics. Hoyos is suspended. How did he get suspended? Oh, rubbish. So I'm going to have to play Vachka. Right, well, they're going to have to swap then, because Vachka is not a deep line playmaker. Okay. Who gets on the bench then? Old Man Adair? Oh, okay. Well, even my next best replacement, who would be Rafael Natale, who's just come into the club and he's got bags of potential, even he's injured, so it's Old Man Adair. Great. Wow, it's funny how basically half your squad being on international duty really stretches it. And it's not funny, it's literally really obvious and frustrating. Right, Tallnick, I'm going to take him off that reserve duty now just in case he accidentally plays. I think he can play in this one. Oh, I might take Memphis. No, well, no, Memphis is going to be suspended now, so I might as well play him in a game he's not suspended in. Silly bugger. And I mean, Sonzoni is maybe Tallnick should stay on the bench because he's not quite in shape. But then how's he supposed to get in shape? Right, Tallnick is on. Sonzoni on the bench. Swap those two round, and that's all good. Let's go. It should be fine. Apparently, you can't choose between the sides. Well, I'm telling you, you should choose me because I'm pretty good at this. Pretty good at this, man. I've been doing it for a little while. Lee Sung-woo is on the bench. He used to play for me. Obviously prolific internationally. Signed him on a free, sold him for 17 million. He's such a potentially good player, but no one's ever really played him properly. Neil Maupay of Brighton fame and played for me when I was France manager. He's pretty decent. that's about it, I think. Right, so we're going to mark this guy tightly because he's on his own up front. Herman Kuhlmann is fine. You can not really tackle him because he's no good. He's fine. Jonathan Ramos, we looked at him before. He's pretty decent. Venegar, can he actually pass the ball? Or Weninja? Weniger? No, it's Weninja. Can he actually pass the ball? Didn't even look. I was too busy looking at his name. Yeah, I guess he sort of can, so get in on him. Schmezler, he's bad. And to be fair, Pasak is also bad. He's rubbish. But close him down, just because. Carlos Vicario, don't know who he is. Lee Sung-woo needs a battering if he comes on because he's pretty good. As is Neil Malpai, as is Pascal Vogel. I've had him on the shortlist for a while. Vogel Rexer. Don't know who he is. He's terrible. And Vernon Nagel is sort of okay. And he's on the transfer list anyway. Right, okay, let's have another. We owe Hoffenheim. Yeah, get vengeance, lads. That's what you need. A bit of vengeance and a little bit of calm, and you'll be fine. Right, lovely stuff. Everyone's motivated. Everyone's ready to go. How about it? Oh, tall Nick doesn't win the header. What's the point of you then, you 6'7" lump of crap? Oh dear, he doesn't win the header again. Anyway, I'm going to be monitoring in this game. I'm going to try and monitor fairly closely who plays. So Arrillaga played in the supporting position and played very well last game. One-time Gill. Lightning doesn't strike twice, my friend. And you rarely do as well. So that's a bit of poor play from one-time Gill, losing it on the edge of the area. Good recovery by Vachka. Yeah, I sort of on stats. It feels to me like Tall Nick is the better supporting striker, and Arrillaga is a real goal scorer. But it's the fact that Arrillaga has really good teamwork and work rate, and Tall Nick doesn't. So it makes him he's supposed to be the provider, and a bit of a target man and that sort of thing. Oh dear. Well, that's not convenient. Who's better at passing? Alagaya? He's decent. Or Pete? He's better technically at passing. How's Alagaya's first touch? First touch is really good. Okay, yeah, it's probably Alagaya then. So Alagaya goes in there. Probably. Here's my Donetsk. Right, yeah, fine. Drag Donetsk over there, and there you go. Yeah, I'm not quite sure of the attacking striker, supportive striker balance. Get there, goal. I mean, they combine quite well there. Tolnick just played it on and then followed it up, and that's why I've set it up for that reason. Tolnick's better in the air. He's technically more creative and that sort of thing, and Arrillaga is good at goal scoring and is quicker, which you need sort of on the last shoulder. And they combine quite nicely like that. But then sometimes I think Tolnick's too selfish to play this provider's role because he just does that. He just shoots. And he's good at shooting and he scores a screamer every now and then. But it's like he's the main guy you want play to flow through, as well as obviously your attacking midfielder. And he's selfish as arseholes. So, yeah. Who, as we all know, arseholes particularly selfish. Oh, they're building something here. I don't like it, mate. There we go. Right. Well, we went up. That's good. It's not exactly the Man United game, but I suppose that it would be a bit ridiculous. But yeah, and we've had an injury as well, which is not brilliant. Good defending there. I was going to say, has he got the finish? But that was a deflection. They've got a decent team. They're not, European heavyweights by any means. They didn't start the game as it, and neither have they developed into it. If you just shoot again, yeah, terrible shot. He literally hit Arrillaga. Ugh, rubbish. And this is how we end up with a million shots and none on target when Tornik scores and gets the ball too much. So I sort of love-hate him. I didn't sign him initially because I thought he was just strange, and then his stats developed very nicely. That's why I was actually training this guy over here, Emiliano Heskey, for that role, because he's genuinely excellent at it. Now he's even got the finishing level, so he could play there no problem whatsoever. Great header, Dirty Sanchez. That's the one. Because Emiliano Heskey sort of is big, is great in the air, is quick, works really hard, and then also looks for a pass rather than attempting to score and stuff like that. That's one of his little things he does, which is why he scores even less goals when he's out on the right wing, because even when he should probably shoot, sometimes he doesn't. But I love him anyway because he's one of the best players in the world, like literally, statistically, and also in the way he plays. Yeah, lovely stuff. Tornik, lay it off. Lovely ball. You get it back. See, when you lay it off, you get it back. Because Arrillaga isn't actually an arsehole. He's quite a nice striker. He's the Torres of the modern era, who I will be managing internationally. Yay. So there's a few, in the Spain team, there's a few obvious stars and that I want to make the most out of. I cannot see that they've got anyone at fullback that I particularly want to play, so I may well be instituting my similar system with a 3-5-2. Oh, good save. I'm surprised that they're not actually that good, but still, well, I'll hopefully make them awesome. Right, so who's a bit tired? So Tornik's a bit tired. One-Ton Gill's a bit tired. That's fair enough from One-Ton Gill, to be honest. I can sort of hear a tapping from outside. I'm not really sure what that is. What I'm hoping it's not. Oh, and what it might be is dripping in the roof. It's been raining quite heavily. And Becky mentioned that there was some dripping in the roof, so I might go and investigate that. Oh, it doesn't sound good at all. Anyway, so I'm going to bring old man Adair on, because he's so old. Is he actually even vaguely suited for that sort of role? Not. He used to be, bless him. So now my main playmaker, my deep lying playmaker, is an idiot. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to change him to ball winning support, because I shouldn't be expecting him to be making any play, to be honest. And then, is everyone else alright? Because I don't want to knacker them out for the City game next week, considering we're already 2-0 up. So One-Ton Gill switched off, but that's because he's gone off. Not that bad. And lastly, the strikers, you can still improve. Lovely stuff. Pretty much everyone's happy. That's the way to do it. Lopez. Oh, that looked quite good, but didn't go in. They've got another chance here, which is not a good way to start the second half. Is someone going to foul someone? No. Coleman's had a good few shots, but he's not very good. So it's a shame. Lopez. That's another shot on target. They're doing much better than Man United. Oh, no one's going to get there. Alakai just wants to give it simple, which is fair, It's not. Oh, that was lovely play. See, Arrillaga is such a good link man. That nearly went in. Maybe. Sorry, I'm listening out for this noise now, and it's sort of. Oh, it's like an earwig. I can't get rid of it now. And Becky's dad's in Brazil, because he would be your man. Oh, how did he not finish that? It was the archetypal big man, fast man. Oh, Zé whips one over the bar. I should probably make a change at this point, because Tornik is looking tired, as are some other people. Andy Almondsworth can make another appearance, or should I bring on Ipek? Yeah, I'll bring on Ipek and play him up front this time. Oh, is he not? They say he's not as good up front. Okay. but he's very good in that withdrawn role. So because he's wildly creative and really good and technical. So hopefully we should see that in the remaining 15 minutes of this game, if he can even get the ball. Oh, nearly scores with his first few touches. Not bad at all. This has been a bit more of a stilted performance, I think. We've not been as clinical for sure. And we've had to mess about a bit with some of our players because they got injured and suspended and that sort of thing. So we're not, this is not full strength, but it's not under strength by any means. None of the front line are playing particularly well. Aralaga should have scored. We've had 3 clear-cut chances. We've scored 2 goals. So we've had worse for sure. We've had it where the stats look like this and we lose the game. So that's always, it's actually fine. Oh, he's launched that for Ipek. Oh, it was almost a good ball in. And it's all over and everyone's happy. So that wasn't as good. Congratulations. Well done. Well done. Well done you. And well done you. Right, so everyone's pretty happy. Dirty Sanchez got man of the match because he scored a goal. Great. Zeluis. See this lad, right? So he gets man of the match one game and was rubbish the next game, but he's very consistent. Doesn't say very consistent for me, to be honest. But there we are. Sorry, that was one hell of a yawn. I'm not tired, you're tired. But yeah, great. A solid result, 2-0. Didn't give them a sniff, really. So we've already this season done the double, which is good. Good way to start the season. He's out for a couple of weeks, as well as my bloody lot at the Olympics. We're going to struggle to get a team out against City. Bloody hell. Argentina boss was looking at some of my players because they form really the crux of the Argentina squad, to be fair. Are we going to get any other information about, No, okay, we're just moving on to the next day, so we really don't want to do that. There aren't any funny names, as I established earlier, because I'd sort of forgotten about them. And I think I might have been talking for like an hour and a half. So, yeah, might need to stop that. And, oh, Lord, no, that is what I mean. We've signed 2 players. Let's see if they're any good. Not quite good. So, fine. Right, that will be it from me and the Anfield boot room. I've covered a lot of ground. I've talked a lot. We've seen a lot of games. This has been... I'm a bit tired now, to be honest. I might have a nap. So, hopefully it tires you out watching it as well. It's been a pleasure. I've really enjoyed it. I hope you have too. It's goodbye from the Anfield boot room. Bye.